Okay, Pops. We've got some interesting news in the right to repair world.
Yes.
And the implications it could have for the consumer.
Yes. This, ladies and gentlemen, is really some big news. The Biden administration, President Biden, signed some executive orders trying to establish a greater sense of competition in certain aspects of our economy.
Promoting competition in the American economy.
Yes.
From WhiteHouse.gov. Yep.
There, I was pretty close.
You were pretty close.
Yeah, maybe I helped draft. I didn't. But the point of it is to encourage greater competition, and when you have more competition, typically consumers win because pricing comes down. And the right to repair is a situation where a lot of the information that is gathered in regards to somebody's vehicle, the telematics and things like that, are considered proprietary. Thank you very much. Manufacturers don't share it with anyone other than their dealers, so that there's some repairs that can only take place at a dealership. And third-party independent lots have been trying to get the manufacturers to share this information with them, so that they too can offer services to do the necessary repairs at a lower cost point for the consumer.
I feel like I remember when we had Yanni on a few times in the past, he talked a bit about this, where when a vehicle initially comes out, a lot of the repairs have to be done at the dealership, but then after a few years, the information trickles out, the parts are able to be accessed by the other, independent shops, et cetera, et cetera.
So just because it's a new car, you should...
No. I'm not trying to justify it. I'm simply trying to paint the picture of what the situation is now.
Gotcha.
Because
yes.
If you go down the street right now, Dad, you're going to see a ton of independent shops. And so someone watching this video might say, what are you talking about? There's an independent mechanic down the street. But that independent mechanic doesn't have access to the same exact information on a brand new vehicle, or likely a vehicle that's even a few years old, as someone at the dealership does, because they have this little monopoly, it's a monopoly.
Yeah, it's a big monopoly.
Yeah.
Okay, and it has caused people to have to overpay for certain repairs for years and years and years and years. Massachusetts, the state of Massachusetts, or is it the Commonwealth of Massachusetts? I'm not sure. Passed a law, I think, in 2013 in regards to right to repair, that independent repair shops should have access to the same information as the dealerships. Well, naturally, the dealerships and the dealer body...
The lobbying groups that support dealerships
have been fighting this.
They're some of the strongest... They might be the strongest lobbying group.
Some of them, yeah. No, I think the tech sector is probably stronger.
I guess you got tech, pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
But dealer groups are pretty strong.
They're up there too.
Yeah.
But they've been fighting this since 2013.
Yep.
And it's still winding its way through the court system. So there's a situation where a law was passed 8 years ago, and still, even after 8 years, we haven't seen a complete resolution to it yet. And so the hope is that the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, can step in, write some rules and regulations that would be designed to attack this problem head on, and then I guess those rules and regulations will get challenged by dealer groups, and eventually that can wend its way through the legal system as well. But hopefully, eventually,
there's definitely a wind of change and a wind of consumer benefit with some of these thoughts that are going through, whether they be executive actions or laws that are being passed on a state and local level. Tesla is super interesting in this space because they are a consumer brand. They sell direct to consumer. They don't have dealerships.
Yes.
But they do have an incredible monopoly over the repairs and the servicing of their vehicles.
Yes.
I like to watch other people on YouTube.
I've heard that about you.
Hoovy's Garage.
Yes.
Awesome channel. Highly recommend it. Mr. Hoover, if you ever watch one of our videos, a complete honor. Yeah. He bought a Tesla recently.
Yes.
And he's he does his thing, and it's a bit of a clunker, but he didn't realize it was a clunker. He bought it from Carvana, actually. Yeah. The battery is shot, but it wasn't like the entire battery was shot. It was like one little thing that he needed to do, and it was going to be $16,000 if he went through Tesla. But he knows another YouTuber on who does electric vehicles, Rich Rebuilds. He rebuilds Teslas, even though Tesla tells him he can't. But
he does it anywho.
And he's got 1 million+ subscribers, and he's killing it. He does a great job. So he's working with Rich to get it fixed for $500 or $1,000. That's the right to repair movement. That's the idea that why the heck do I have to go through you, Tesla, for a $16,000 repair that I could do for $500 or $1,000 at an independent shop?
Exactly.
And so what's interesting with Tesla, unlike BMW or Honda or Toyota, after a few years, you can get the readout codes for a Toyota. You can get the parts for that BMW. With a Tesla, you can't. It's all black boxed. Interestingly, we have independent shops for those other brands, but not for the new EVs. Does it make it more important and more timely that these types of rules are trying to be passed because we are seeing a bigger proliferation of EVs? I think so.
Well, if it's designed to increase competition, I think it's an easy answer.
Yeah, but amidst the wind of change also towards EVs that have these completely siloed repair practices versus the typical OEMs that have somewhat siloed repair practices. I think because there's more and more people buying the EVs, it's more and more important now that we do get right to repair laws, that we do get more competition. There aren't independent EV repair shops, but there should be.
You know what we need less of in this country? Silos, apparently. Sorry.
We'll link to the Automotive News article down below. We're also going to start a conversation back on the YA community about this.
Yes,
it's super fascinating. Obviously, we spend a lot of our time talking about how to buy vehicles, but most people aren't thinking about buying them every day. They
have to service them.
Yeah, they're thinking about, I own this thing, and God forbid something happens to it. What can I do to get it repaired?
And this is a very important aspect of the servicing end of your vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how to reduce the costs of doing so.
Absolutely. Yep. I'll be interested to get Yanni's opinion on this as well, so maybe we'll have him on in the future to talk about this.
Absolutely.
But let us know what you think down in the comments below.
Cool.
Thank you, Pops.
No, thank you, Handsome.